compared to what is the question? You have to have an estimate of something that's kind of neutral, something that a level of interest rates that's neither pushing the economy up, supporting it, or dragging it down, which would be higher restrictive policy. And we fully acknowledge that there's no sort of either theoretical or empirical way to arrive at an estimate of what the neutral rate is that you can really have a lot of confidence in. So what does that argue for? It argues for moving carefully. So in our current situation, we feel like our policy is restrictive. We can't say exactly how restrictive it is. By that I mean it's weighing on economic activity and lending, and hiring, and all that, because the economy was overheated and now it's cooling down, and it's moved pretty much as we had hoped it would, which is that we've had a gradual cooling in the labor market. Inflation's come down a lot. And the labor market's not quite stabilized, but it's in a good place. So it's actually worked very well. So we've started the process of cutting rates and moving back down toward neutral. I think the right way to find that level is carefully and patiently. You don't want to move too quickly. You may have to move quickly, because if the labor market were to begin to deteriorate in a serious way, we would want to get ahead of that. But we're not seeing that. So I think what it tells you, as Catherine pointed out, we think that policy works with long and variable lags, to quote Milton Friedman. Monetary policy does have effects on economic activity, hiring, and all that, but with long and variable lags. And that makes it all that much more difficult to know how far to go. I think in this situation, what it calls for is us to be careful, move carefully, and as we sort of reach the range of, or get near the plausible range of neutral levels, it may be the case that we slow the pace of what we're doing, just to increase the chances that we get this right. We're navigating between, as I mentioned in my remarks, the risk that we move too quickly, the risk that we move too slowly. We want to go down the middle and get it just right, so that we're providing support for the labor market, but also enabling inflation to come down. So going a little slower, if the data let us go a little slower, that seems like the smart thing to do.
So you say that interest rates are still restrictive right now, but if you look at the CPI numbers that have